When APR first brought bison back onto the landscape, it was 16 animals in 2005. And currently we number about 860 bison. As the population grows into bigger and bigger areas, it changes the dynamic of the management and also demands on different resources. When the necessity of the bison move comes up, then we'll spring into action.
This facility is made up of hundreds and hundreds of small pieces. Just layers of details that we look to make sure that this goes smoothly and safely.
So we do a quick overview of kind of what we went over yesterday with safety and then a couple other things.
So with our bison handling, it's stressful on the bison. We treat our bison as wildlife as much as we can within realistic conditions. In order to keep them as calm as possible, we do work them in winter just so they don't overheat as much as they would in summer. We move slowly, we move quietly, there's very little talking. We try to stay as far away as possible, and we're up on catwalks to lessen the stress that the bison will go through. I mean, there will be some there naturally, but we don't want them ratcheted up to the highest levels.
Check, radio check.
Scott's good.
Larson's good. Damien's good.
Ellen, radio check.
Alright, group leaders, get ready. We're ready to get started here.
Wait, ready.
We're ready up front. This is Larson going into the 10s. Here we go. Alright, here we go.
The properties that they were on, Sun Prairie and Sun Prairie North, reached their carrying capacity for bison, which means we need to remove bison to maintain our ecological health for soil, water, and plant vegetation. With the Bison Move, we have a really great opportunity to round up a bunch of animals that we wouldn't necessarily get to if we're disease testing. So each time a bison comes into the squeeze chute, we take blood samples, which are done to screen a panel of diseases. We also put in a pit tag so that you can find them. So we've moved those animals onto White Rock as one of the properties. And then we've also sourced those animals to native tribes.
What that does is give us an opportunity for some extensive restoration and conservation work on areas where the bison are going to.
In the fall of 2017, in November, we did another move, about 80 bison to our White Rock unit to start a herd there.
Hey, everybody up front needs to be quiet.
In January of 2018, sent another 80 bison to the White Rock unit.
Definitely by the end, it's a big celebration because you've done a huge thing. You've worked a bunch of animals. There were no injuries to humans or bison, and it's a nice feeling to get that all completed and wrapped up.
The most rewarding part of doing a bison move is watching those bison step off the trailer.
Moving bison around is not something that we like to do. It's something that we need to do as part of our management. We're the first bison on that landscape in over 100 years.
This helps species that need the bison to provide habitat. It's a complex ecosystem. When we put them back on the ground, it has a lot of positive benefits. To be able to bring back a species that's been absent that day when we get to let them go and they get to go out and be bison, it's a big deal.